Good morning, everybody. I think I'm going to stop counting how many videos I'm on, but I'm going to just kind of guess 8, 9, I don't know. Today's topic, I kind of thought it was funny. I want to be able to go with something that is going to be basically the Carly Simon scale. How to know if you're over your ex or not. Now, if you're my age, you know who Carly Simon is, and you know about the song that she sung where she's talking about the guy being Bane and how he thinks the song is about him. She literally spent hours and hours and days and weeks and weeks and weeks creating this song about an ex and about how she's over him and how vain he is to think that the song was about him. But every effort, every note, every chord, every musical instrument, every time she rewrote a song, rewrote a lyric, added a word, took away a word, did a rough draft on top of another rough draft on top of another rough draft, absolutely had everything to do with the guy. Excuse me, I'm going to pop off camera because I got to get my oatmeal after workout oatmeal. So, basically the Carly Simon scale is going to be a 1 through a 5. And 5 being the worst. You're broken. You don't even realize everything you're doing is about getting back at your ex or showing your ex how good you are and how much you moved on and all this crap. So I want to keep things light on this one because I'm not going to talk about pain. I'm going to kind of make it a little bit more funny because oftentimes we do get trapped in look at me, I'm okay, look at me, I'm okay, look at me, I'm okay. And it's kind of like those birds that ruffle their feathers, like the peacocks and stuff like that. They're out there ruffling their feathers and they're trying to get attention. And look at me, I'm doing good. And women do it too, but I'm talking about men because that's what this channel is mostly about. And so, and I'm not going to lie, I've done the same thing too, absolutely without a doubt. I've got into my feelings to where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pump iron. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show pictures. I'm going to post it how well I'm doing. Things are great. I'm laughing. I'm laughing. And like yesterday's talk was about the pendulum, remember? A little bit about the pendulum. And oftentimes we're going to do that when we're in the greatest mood ever, but we're not really in the greatest mood ever because of the fact we're still thinking about the ex, we're still thinking about the pain, we're still thinking about this. And we want to be able to ruffle our feathers and try to look like we're doing really, really great. If you know what you're doing, then you've got a Carly 1, Carly Simon 1. Because you're broken, but you still kind of know what you're doing. If you're a Carly Simon 5, you have no clue that she still has control over you and you can't let go. He or she, I'll kind of keep it neutral a little bit for the ladies that may be watching. But, the saddest place to be is being locked into your ex when your life is supposed to be moving on. And that's hard too. Not only is it the saddest thing, if you guys hear the pot going again, I'll go and grab it real quick. But the saddest thing you can do is to be locked into your ex and not knowing how to move forward. At least if you're a Carly Simon 1, you know intentionally you're kind of doing this stuff like, well, I'm going to show her I'm doing great. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And all of us will do it. Everyone, every person that's still tied emotionally to their ex, man or woman, will do that to some degree. Some will end up, a Carly Simon 0 would be if you immediately rebound and start dating. That's the worst one because excuse me, that's a Carly Simon 10. I'm sorry, I didn't mean 0. But that's a Carly Simon 10 because not only are you at a 5 and you don't even know what you're doing, you're actually damaging other people. And that's the worst one because you're entering into relationships, hurting other people. A rebound is the most selfish thing you could ever do, guys. I know it's a good distraction and I know it might feel good to be able to have a human touch at whatever level it is. And I thought about it too, don't get me wrong. I thought about how nice it would be because you're just lonely and you're hurt and you want somebody to touch you and you want to touch somebody else and you want to smell somebody and skin on skin and stuff. And it just makes you feel good because we're sensitive human beings. We want to be able to have a companion. I do, and I think most people do. And if you say you don't, God have mercy on your soul, man, because you don't really know what love is. You know what I mean? But touch is super important. So if you do rebound, guys, that's really wrong. You're hurting everybody around you, and you're just perpetuating more pain and baggage and luggage and everything else, and that's the wrong thing to do. Don't do it. Stop doing it. So a Carly Simon 1, I would think, would be something close to texting your ex and letting her know you're doing fine when you're not, but you want to let her know you're doing fine. Doesn't mean you have to confess to your ex because of the fact that you really shouldn't always be, groveling and begging and letting her know, oh, you hurt so much, or because that's not really where your energy should be placed anyhow. Your energy should be placed on things that's going to move you positively towards healing. Yeah. So the Carly Simon 1, I would think, would be texting your ex and letting her know, oh, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Going out with the fellas, going to do this, going to start dating again and start doing that, whatever. That's the Carly Simon 1. The Carly Simon 2 would probably be where you tell all your friends and her family and your family and your maybe your children or something like that, if you have them, that you know your mom made a lot of dumb decisions and it's okay because she didn't deserve me. I'm doing a lot better. That would probably be a Carly Simon 2. And you're basically dragging other people into it is what I'm trying to get at. And that's what you don't want to do either. This is kind of like, remember the rebound. You're starting to kind of bring people into the pain that you're going through, and you're trying to pretend like there is no pain. But you need to be able to know what your emotional scale is and where you're at. But try to never drag a lot of people into it, the good or the bad. Don't talk crap about your ex because it'll get you nowhere really. And definitely don't talk over about how great you're doing because you don't need to lie about it. It's okay to walk through the pain and be just where you're at. Carly Simon 3 is probably where you purposely tell people how great you're doing that are close to her that you know will get back to her. And also, too, I think the Carly Simon 3 would be a lot more posts about, look at me, I'm here, I'm doing this, life is great. I'm skiing, I'm meeting other people, which is code word for normally dating. Old friends is code word for dating to a degree. Doesn't mean it always is, because I also ran into an old friend too, and it's not dating. It's hanging out and actually having a good time. But sometimes that's a code word for I'm back out to dating. That would be a Carly Simon number 3, where you're doing more posting and stuff and then putting it out there. Carly Simon 4 would probably end up being where you're going to be out there and posting and purposely trying to sabotage her feelings to a degree, whatever it is. Like maybe telling her things, texting her, and letting her know that you miss her, but then playing games with her. That would probably be a Carly Simon 4, where you're purposely trying to hurt the other person because you're hurting. Carly Simon 5 is you're full blown, just going crazy, and you don't even recognize what you're doing. Everything is consumed about the other person, how you're posting your life, what you're doing, and you're actually even changing your life to show them what they're missing, and you don't even notice that. Now, you absolutely should be able to change your life to better yourself 100%. I've done that. I've changed my hairstyle a little bit. I started working out more, started getting healthy. And at first, I was absolutely, without a doubt, probably in the Carly Simon 4. Without a doubt, I was there. No, probably a 3, because I never told her family and friends, because I don't talk to her family, that hey, look at me, and she did this or anything like that. So I probably wasn't at a 5 or nothing like that. But I definitely was at a 4. And I did all this, first of all, to be able to show how great I'm doing. And remember when I talked about praying in like the first or second video, I talked about it first. I was praying to God, please bring her back, please bring her back, please bring her back. And God never answered that. And then I prayed, please take this pain away, please take this pain away, please take this pain away. Even if you got to take my life, take it away from me. And he never answered that. Then I said, hey, what about your will? Help me follow your will. What's your will today? What do you want me to do? And that's where I finally found out that whatever I'm doing, I'm really doing for myself. Because, I don't dress for anybody right now. And I'm excited about some things, and I'm trying to create a better life for myself right now, too. So where I'm at now in my life is I'm not even at a Carly Simon, surprisingly. It's at the pendulum swings, but I'm talking about right now, because things change all the time, and you're going to go through it. Just like I said, Sunday night, I was really, really, frustrated and hurting and upset. And those days will come again. But 90% of my life right now, everything I do is to better Corey, because I'm building a better man inside of myself. So I don't, today's Friday, so at least the last 5 days, which is, again, that's the amazing part about healing correctly. When you heal correctly, you'll string along a lot of days. We're talking, guys, we're talking about just October 27th is whenever she moved out. October 27th. Today is the, 14th or something like that of January. 15th, 19th. I don't even know what today's date is. You'll see it whenever I post this thing. But the point is, I'm under 90 days from separation date, and I'm stringing along 5 days of good days. Legitimately, not hiding, not running, not creating distractions. I'm not flirting with anybody at all. Nothing like that. I'm looking at dating sites and stuff and just looking, but I'm definitely too scared and not ready and not nothing. I'm just looking to see what's out there, putting my foot in, or dipping my toe in there to see what's out there and stuff. And it's just a questionable environment. I want to be able to look out there, but I want to be able to see what I got going on and what my, not my competition, but what's out there, what's available. And how I know that I'm not ready is because, for one, I still fluctuate within the Cardi Simon scale sometimes. When I string along enough days, weeks, and a couple months even, to where I'm like, oh wow, I haven't been on the Cardi Simon scale at all, then I know once I'm healed. And I got to be stabilized too. I mean, there's still too much shit moving around. And like I said before, the house is still going to be sold. And then I got to figure out what I want to do. I'm nowhere in a position to offer anybody my heart yet. My heart's got to heal and I need to stabilize. Again, I'm so unstabilized that I can't offer anybody anything, but I need to be able to be the best Corey that I could be, because of the fact that that's what I want the next person to have. I want the next person, without a doubt, to have the best version of Corey ever. And even if I don't get into like dating for a while, that's okay too. I don't care. But I do want to date. I do want to be able to have fun. I just don't want to be taking anything serious for a little bit. And that's not because I'm afraid, because I believe in love, but I'm just not ready yet. I'm not healed yet. I'm not there yet. I still got a divorce to go through. I do. And other people are telling me, jump on in there, get on there. But the thing is, how they heal is not how I'm going to heal. Because again, I want to have my side of the street completely clean, 100%. I want to be able to heal the right way, 100%. I want to be able to do it with God behind me. I want to be able to do it with faith in front of me. And I want to be able to do it with all my own effort and blessings and prayers from other people. Because everybody wants what's best for me, which is, it's a blessing in itself, guys. If you're surrounded around people that want what's best for you, damn, you're in a good spot, man. You really are. So the Cardi Simon scale is going to be one of the gauges that I think you guys should be able to look at and see where you're at whenever it comes down to how healthy you are. We should never be, we're going to be, but we should always try to work away from the Cardi Simon number 5. You don't want to be in that level where you don't even know that really it's still about your ex and they're still holding on to everything else in your mind and your heart and your spirit and your, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Because Cardi Simon was broke. Let's face it, guys. And if you haven't ever heard the song, because you're a millennial or you're young, please look at Cardi Simon, the song called You're So Vain. Every single word is about the dude, and she's so caught up in her pain or hatred or vindictiveness or remorse, and she doesn't even know it. And that's a song that women like. Women like to hear that song, like, oh yeah, you're so vain. I bet you think the song is about, it is about him. He's not vain. This dude's living his life. He's already moved on. He's out there. He's walking in from the cold. And he's looking at clouds in his coffee. And he's thinking about what girl's going to be his next girl and stuff like that. He's not thinking about Carly. Carly's caught up in her emotions. Carly can't let go. Carly's the type who will call the cops on him under false pretenses. That's all. Carly keyed his car. That's who Carly is. Carly scratched the shit out of his car and then pretend like, he hit her or something. So Carly's twisted. Carly's got a bad thinker on her, man. She can't get past the emotion of letting him go. Excuse me. Again, today's program was brought to you by All Natural Honey. If you can, find a natural local beekeeper and order honey from them. This is kind of a little off the topic thing, but if you suffer from any kind of allergies at all, and I didn't even know this until about 3 years ago, all the local bees get all the pollen from all the local flowers. And if you're allergic to pollen, if you got seasonal allergies, the bees' honey is basically part of kind of like the ability for you to gain. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm sorry, I hate doing that. Resistance towards it, because you're taking in incremental, small little pieces. That's what's been told to me. That makes sense. Did I look at the science behind it? No. And if I'm wrong, leave a comment and I'll look at it up. But that's what's been told to me, and it makes a lot of sense. And so I try to always use a little bit of honey all the time, at least 5 times a week, because I get really bad seasonal allergies. So guys, what I want you to do, whatever you do, try to not to be a Cardi Simon number 5. She's twisted. She was upset. She didn't realize how obsessed she was. And I've had Cardi Simons done to me, that's for sure. Due to the fact that I'm still going through things right now, I'll never discuss current situations, ever. I'll never divulge current situations. There'll be another topic. Probably I'll start doing some shorts and stuff like that too. And if you don't know what a short is, it doesn't mean, like this kind of stuff. It means that basically I'm going to do shorter videos so you guys can see smaller topics. I also opened up a TikTok channel. I got banned from the other one a long time ago, but the lady that cut my hair, thank you, Cindy, she's the one that told me about TikTok, and so I opened up another one, and I'll probably tag her in. She's really, really cool. I'll tag her in case you guys are in the Motherlode area or something. Go get your hair done by her. Phenomenal barber. I don't know if it's a female. Is it still a barber or a barberess? I don't know. Barbers. I don't know. Anyway, but you know, don't be a Carly number five. Try to never have five Carlys because you're not healing, and you're causing more problems, and you're being vindictive, and you're being retaliative, and you letting someone else consume you. You can't let it consume you. You're gonna, even though you don't want it to happen, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be consuming your mind and your body and your heart and your spirit because it's just that's the way things are, man. It's just you can't escape it. If it was deep love and it lasted for a long time and the hurt was really deep and shockingly and surprisingly and left you with a lot of questions, it's gonna be really hard not to be in Carly number five. But if you recognize the thing, the pattern, that's why I give you guys so much little clues and stuff because as I'm going through and I'm going, oh, that's where I made my mistake, or oh, this is what I learned from a book, or oh, this is what I learned from a podcast, or oh, this is what I studied online, or oh, this is what AI talked to me about. You know, it's being able to know where you're at in the moment, engage yourself, and the severity of how far you are at one side or the other. And then if you know these things, then you can actually do something about it because an emotion will come and go. The actions that you act on from the emotion, that can get your ass in trouble. Bare minimum, it can make you feel, if you're like me, I have a conscience and I look back at everything I do. I'm analytical about other people and I'm super hyper analytical about myself. I'm harder on myself than anybody else has ever been on me, for sure, 100%. One of my flaws and one of my blessings, I think, too, because I'm able to share experiences because I have no fear of looking at myself at all. So Carly number one, Carly number five, the best place to be is where you have no Carlys. And the last 5 days, that's where I've been. And I string along days like that where it's great and it's fantastic. And I don't have to brag about it. I don't have to get online and, do this and that. These videos, aren't even really, there's sometimes where I get emotional about stuff because you do lose your best friend. You know what I mean? If that's how your relationship was anyhow, and if it wasn't, I feel sorry for you anyhow. But you do lose your best friend in this. And it's a weird thing because it's the loss of life. Somebody died. And so it's really hard to get past all that stuff. So if you're able to gauge where you're at, then you can start to work where you want to be. Now, if you want to be stuck in the emotion and just hate, that's fine. If that's where you want to be, I never want to be like that ever. Because at the end of the day, it may take me a month, may take me a week, may take me 2 years, but I will eventually analyze myself and I will have to make an amends. You know what I mean? And if you guys don't make amends and you don't make an apology and you don't try to correct what you're doing, you're taking poison hoping someone else will die. You're carrying around these rocks all the time, man. And I never want to be like that. I don't want to have the burden of shame on my life at all. 21 years ago, almost 22 years ago, I got baptized and all my old sins were forgiven. I got my new sins I got to worry about, but luckily none of them have been so bad where I have to really, go into this toxic shame about myself. I had toxic shame before. And eventually there's going to be a lot of topics I'm going to want to share with you guys, man. We're going to talk about so much stuff beyond just divorce because I've been there and I've done that. And whatever you guys think that you're going through, I promise you, man, there's millions of people that have gone through it too. And there's not much in this world that I haven't gone through. And I don't want to say suffered, but also it is suffering, but also sometimes I put myself into that. Where nobody did it to me, I did it to myself. And we'll talk about that too. I'm an open book 100%. I have no problem. Some people say I'm too open and I let things out too much, but I don't care. I really don't care. If someone wants to judge me on who I was and what I've done before in the past, you're not worth being who I am today. You don't deserve this version of me. Because every time I make mistakes and every time I do dumb shit, I become better. Every time, man. And that's what the goal of life is. There's this Japanese thing. It's called Kaizen. Incremental, small little changes towards getting better. It's basically like we claim progress rather than perfection. But your guys' goal should always be to try to do a little bit more, a little bit better, a little bit more, a little bit better, be better this, be better that, be better. And if you fall back and you start doing dumb shit, that's okay. Just get back on your feet, man. Just get back on your feet and start doing the right thing again. Freeing the spirit, freeing the body, freeing the mind, freeing your health and everything else too, man. It's the best place to be. You know, maybe that's why I healed so good. I don't know. I don't know why I've healed so good, except for I try to stay grounded in reality. And also 100%, it has to be the blessings from a higher power that I don't understand and the people that have prayed for me. You know, I got a lot of people that are in my corner. They're not like here. You know what I mean? They don't always call and check up on me and stuff, but I know I got a lot of people. I got a lot of love being sent my way, guys, and I'm very blessed for that. Very fortunate for that. And it wasn't easy. You know, it's not like I'm saying it's been hunky dory because I was in a very dark place for probably 50 days. You know what I mean? And I had to do the Carly Simons on myself. I had to do the analysis on myself. I had to put one foot in front of the other. I had to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. But what I didn't do is I didn't stay in the moment. That's you hear that? I'll show you guys. That's Porthos. He's one of the Boston Terriers I have, and he is so needy. he is like a dog that needs a special needs dog, an emotional support pet. He really does. And eventually, whenever the house is sold and stuff like that, I'm moving out. We're gonna start doing videos out in the open where I'm walking the dogs. Well, then I'll probably only have one, but that's Winston. He's my little cognac and cigar dog. He's like chill. But I'll start sharing more of my life with you guys, and I'm gonna start probably doing some shorts that are showing me out and about because everybody thinks I'm probably just talking all high and grand about how good life is, and I'm only doing it from my kitchen. But I only do it in the morning because that's the time I got right now. So again, this is the end of the video. I want you guys to be able to start gauging yourself on the Carly Simons and where are you at in your life? Are you a 1 or are you a 5? If you're a 5, identify the way to get into a 4, then get into a 3, then get into a 2, then get into a 1. And eventually, whenever you get past before the 1, you're going to be where I'm at today. Pendulum swings. Remember, guys, no matter what, it'll end up being great days, bad days, great days, bad days. But, you know, stringing along 5 great days is a huge win. If you guys can do sometimes even only a half a day, that's a huge win. So just string along as many good hours, minutes, days, weeks you can at a time. And you only do that by identifying where you're at. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later.